Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, things are going fast and furious in the toy world, and I gotta tell you, I'm super excited at everything that's being announced in the last couple of weeks. Today, though, some brand new images of already announced figures started showing up at the Turtles of Grayskull Collectors group. They're a wonderful group on Facebook, and you guys should definitely check them out. I'll have links in the description below where you guys can join them and see these for your very own. But today, there was a huge drop, in my opinion anyway. I mean, we've seen these cards before, but this one showcased the back of the card for one figure, which the Easter egg on this one really blew me away, and I wanted to talk about that because this one is one that I've been hoping for and dreaming about, even in the Master Universe Classics, which never actually came to pass. But this one is really getting me excited. Without further ado, guys, let's take a deep dive in this and see exactly what was dropped on the Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull Collector group, because this one is one shell of a good time. Let's have a look, everybody. Guys, the brand new Turtles Grayskull Origins collection seems to be going strong, and thanks to our good friends over at the Turtles of Grayskull Collectors group on Facebook, some brand new developments have been showing up. Guys, definitely head over to the Turtles of Grayskull Collectors on Facebook. Give them a like and follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. I'll have links in the description where you can join them. A great group of collectors, by far. Today, I was scrolling through their archives, and I found some really cool shots of some of the backing cards. These have apparently been found in the wild, and one of them includes Casey freaking Jones, and I want to talk a little bit more about that because there are some Easter eggs in there which are super exciting. But first of all, we do have a closer look at the Master Universe Teela backing card. Now, this has already been showcased by Manuel Eduardo Caritas, Roy Juarez on Instagram, and it looked amazing. Here we have Teela doing battle with Merman, mutated Merman. He has an angler's head. He looks freaking ferocious. Teela's carrying that ridiculously oversized sai. I love it. But the raging seas are doing battle with them, and this is just absolutely epic. We can see Castle Grayskull in the background. What the heck is it doing there? I mean, seriously, I don't remember Castle Grayskull being anywhere near the ocean, but the two moons of Eternia seem to be bearing witness to this epic battle. It includes the comic book, and we do see here, as Eternia's heroes mysteriously disappear, the mighty Teela is the planet's last line of defense. When she meets her four brothers who share her warrior spirit, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, now armored to the shell, she is more determined than ever to find the lost heroes of Eternia. Amazing. This is a great little insight. No real Easter eggs on this particular image, but it's wonderful to see these two doing battle, as they always have in the original series. The one thing that I can say is kind of interesting is they're really leaning into the Filmation version of Master Universe. As we can see, the castle is actually perched on a very familiar-looking drawbridge. I guess stone formation, if you will, that was very reminiscent of the original Castle Grayskull in the Filmation version. So I'm loving that. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of the Filmation series. Moving on to the next image, this one's really cool. It actually depicts Mossman being mutated into this grotesque form, doing battle in what appears to be a swamp environment. Could this be the Fright Zone? Interesting. And he's doing battle with the heroic Leonardo, who's donned his own battle armor gifted to him by Man-at-Arms, with his dual-wielding swords, Eternian-style upgrades, and he looks absolutely ferocious. We do see Mossman in his mutated form, and unfortunately, he has no control over himself. He's looking ridiculously overpowered. He has this spike protrusion coming out of his left arm, and the tentacles that are just coming out of him are just absolutely ridiculous. One of them even has a hold of the mighty Leonardo. And again, in this environment, it just looks ridiculously grotesque. I love it. I really do like the fact that bats are flying everywhere, really giving that motif and that sort of hint that they are in a different environment, perhaps even the Fright Zone. Eternia's living manifestation of nature, Mossman, joined He-Man to investigate the mysterious disturbance at the swamp of Gagoon. After an ambush took him out of commission, Mossman rose from what felt like a nightmare slumber as a brainwashed abomination of all he once held dear. This is crazy. I love the world building that they're doing with the Turtles of Grayskull, and this is just another example of that. Beautiful stuff, guys. But today, something dropped, which I really just had to take a look at because this was definitely something that caught my attention. Thanks to contributor Michael Smith on the Turtles Grayskull Collectors. Definitely give these guys a like and a follow. They're really doing some amazing work, dedicating themselves to the Turtles of Grayskull line. Michael dropped this little gem right here where he found this image online somewhere, and this one is really giving me a lot of hope for some wonderful new playsets to be developed. Again, it's just a tease, but oftentimes when you see these things on backing cards, they end up becoming real in the Master Universe Origins line. Let's take a closer look at this, guys. There is Casey freaking Jones doing battle with Mousejaw. But in the background, we can see the Sorceress. Are we going to get a new Sorceress out of this line? That's going to be freaking amazing. And what's even more crazy and incredible in my eyes anyway, is will she be included with the Throne of Grayskull? What? What are we looking at here, guys? Oh my god. Now, the Throne of Grayskull is one of those iconic images that came out of the Master Universe Filmation series, He-Man and the Master Universe. And it has always been my hope and my dream that one day we would get the Throne of Grayskull, and this is just giving me so much hope that that actually can come true, knowing the fact that we're getting a lot of things crossover-wise in terms of the Turtles of Grayskull as well as the Master Universe Origins cartoon collection. This is something which is really giving me a lot of hope. As we can see here, the Sorceress is doing some sort of warding spell or protection spell with Casey Jones, perhaps, just giving the two, separation between each other, perhaps. But her spell seems to be doing little with these two locked in mortal combat. I love this overall depiction. And again, looming in the background, we can see that the Sorceress is actually seated in her throne, the Throne of Grayskull, an almost cage-like apparatus showing perhaps the skylight inside of Grayskull. This is gorgeous stuff, guys. Moving down further, we can actually see that it has a staircase leading up to the throne, exactly the way it was depicted in Filmation. I'm loving this. And again, it's giving me this idea that perhaps we're going to be getting this wonderful brand new playset, because this would definitely go well with the Castle Grayskull set. Of course, Castle Grayskull has its own throne, but it was more of a, a king's throne. This is more of a guardian's throne, a steward, right? A steward's throne. One which is more fitting towards someone who can advise, of the ruler of a castle, right? And that definitely really does befit the protector of the power, right? The Sorceress herself. And I love this whole environment, this idea. And of course, looking at these two locked in Mortal Kombat, we have Casey Jones with his big, huge fist, which of course is an homage to Jitsu and Fisto. I really love that idea. He's got that sledgehammer, which I do believe actually came with Triple H. The javelin, all these armaments, the axe, his... Oh, that's what that is. I was mistaken this as being an armature. It's actually his hockey stick. Beautiful stuff still, regardless. His upgraded hockey stick, which is explained in the comic, actually, funnily enough. And then he's doing battle with Mousejaw. And look and see all of these Mousers just being decimated by Casey Jones. And Mousejaw is literally like, what is going on? And of course, back on Earth, Casey Jones fights baddies as hockey masked vigilante, using whatever sports gear he can fit into his bag. Now he's on Eternia. He loads up on Castle Grayskull's best battle equipment to join the fight against Krang and Skeletor. This is amazing, guys. And again, gives me hope, huge hope, for this new playset. I'm over the moon with this, guys. Included with this is a wonderful new comic book, The Turtles of Grayskull. This one is titled The Spirit of Gray Shell, and I do love this idea that all the heroes are finally being united, and we do catch a glimpse at, is it the Sorceress? Is it April O'Neil? Has April O'Neil taken on the mantle of the Sorceress? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But we have Michelangelo here with boxes of pizza just being strewn about. He's on a skateboard. We see Teela, diving into combat. I don't know who they're fighting right now. They just seem to be rushing towards some sort of enemy. Donatello, Raphael. Of course, we have Man-at-Arms, Duncan, and Leonardo at the ready. These are actually also available on the Turtles of Grayskull Collectors Group. Scrolling down from the top and then clicking on the recent media. Clicking on all media, scrolling down, you should be able to find all the pages of the comic listed here. There it is, clicking on the page itself. This one was actually posted by Michael Smith once again. He's really killing it. And you can see all these crazy new pages of the book, learning more about the lore that's behind this. I love the world building, as I said earlier. Michael, thank you so much for posting all these. This is absolutely amazing. Guys, definitely do yourselves a favor. Head over to the Turtles of Grayskull Collectors Group on Facebook. They're doing amazing work. And they even have posted up brand new pictures of something really cool. Guys, we're going to take a look at the next video with the brand new photos for Leatherhead that were posted by our good friends Toy Habits in the next video. The Turtles of Grayskull are really killing it, guys, and I can't wait to find out if we're going to get a brand new playset very, very soon. Holy crap, everybody, that was absolutely incredible. I can't believe that we're seeing brand new glimpses of possible, and I do mean possible, new playsets. I mean, they already teased the Ooze playset for the Shredder Ooze Pit. That was really cool. And now we're getting to see a brand new glimpse at perhaps, and I do have to say this, perhaps, the throne of Grayskull. Holy crap. This is one of the ones I've been dreaming of as a kid. I mean, as soon as I saw it in Filmation many, many moons ago, I've always been like, God, I have to have that. That's just beautiful. The way the sorceress sits down on it, the way she, advises, and I do say advises, Prince Adam, He-Man, Man-at-Arms, anyone who's within, her scope of influence, she advises them and tells them the correct path that she believes to be true. That doesn't necessarily mean that she was always correct. And as a matter of fact, in several instances, she was incorrect. But being up high on that throne and, the steward of Grayskull, protector of the power, it was very important that she have, this seat where she can literally just advise people, from atop of her perch. Still, no matter what, I did love it, especially on that episode where Skeletor had literally taken over, her stewardship by capturing her and placing her into a cage. It was just absolutely thrilling. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, what were your thoughts about this brand new reveal, Easter eggs, if you will, of the backing card for Teela, Mossman, and of course, Casey freaking Jones. I'm super excited about these, and I am very, very hopeful, extremely hopeful, that we're going to get a brand new playset that depicts the Throne of Grayskull. Are you interested in any of these possibilities and are thrilled at the prospect of getting brand new playsets? Or is this once again a sort of a disappointment, considering the fact you are not into the Turtles of Grayskull at all, and the fact that this playset could possibly be teased for the Turtles of Grayskull makes you think twice about actually picking it up? Please leave those comments in the comment section below, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's Mega J Retro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We have the power, everybody. We have the power. And Leatherhead, Toy Habits, had one heck of a scoop a few days ago. We're going to cover that very, very soon. Good journey. Geek proud.